The Topaji water meter is this week's topic. Now, with a water meter, you want to know what level or what quantity of water is left in your tanks, your water tanks for your van. You do not want to run out, especially if you have a hot water tank that requires fluid from your main water tank and could burn out if it was run empty. That's a very important thing to keep in mind, and one of the many reasons why you need to know the level of the water in your tanks. Traditionally, we've done that with a static tank gauge. Topaji is something brilliant. I'll explain, and you don't have to drill any holes. Enjoy. Those familiar with the channel know that the Renault Master has not one, not two, not three, but 4 showers in one van. And to do that, we really need to know the water level. Now, this is one way you can check the water level. If you don't have a gauge, just put your head in the sea and have a look. I thought you might get a little laugh out of that one. But the Fiamma 75 litre tank is sitting there waiting for a gauge. And I actually installed a normal static gauge, with the sender being a long pole with a little floating device that tells you if the tank's empty, half full, full, or whatever. Works well, but it's not entirely accurate, and you do have to, as you can see, drill holes in the actual tank and then screw your little device into the top of the tank. All good. It works. But if you don't want to drill a hole in your tank, or you can't get to your tank, you need to think of another option. As you can see, that's where the slider goes up and down, tells you the depth of your tank, whether it's empty or full. That's not just the normal length one, that's just a short one I got for another tank. The one I used for the Fiamma was about 500 millimeters. So you need to have the right length sender for your tank, and this is a KUS model. It's a KUS model sender, and then it has a KUS model gauge, which is your normal gauge, like a dial, like for your fuel tank in the old model cars. So I hope this helps, where you can compare whether you would like to put the traditional sender in. Obviously, you'd have to take the tank out, drill a hole, and put that spear through the hole to have the traditional water meter reading given to you by that device. As you'll see, I chose the Topaji water meter with the Bluetooth device that attaches to your smartphone via the eFlow app, and it works perfectly. All you have to remember is when you fill the tank, you reset the device and it goes back to 0, and then your tank will go to full, mine being 85 litres, and works perfectly, no complaints. I really like it. Here's the interview. Now, I just bought this Bluetooth water indicator, is that right?
It's a gauge.
It's the gauge?
Yeah, so the gauge actually measures how much water you're consuming. It's not how much you... normally with gauges, they measure with a float or a sonic thing that goes in. It tells you how much water you've got in it.
Yeah.
Whereas we show you how much you consume. The first time you use it, you tell the system how many litres you've got in your tank. So if it's a 200 litre tank, you start at 200, and every time you use it, it measures it down litre by litre. So it only measures the water that you're using.
Oh, okay.
And we do have 3 models that you can look at. We've got a surface mount. This is really great for the DIY guys. If you want to install a gauge, all you have to do is, you can see on the picture, you go from the tank to the pump, then you add the sender, and
the sender is directed away from the pump, and it cannot be installed too close to the pump. Just remember that. Read the instructions.
The sender is what does all the work. It measures how much water you're consuming. DIY, these ones are used by a lot of caravan manufacturers.
Yeah.
It's a flush mount, it's got a backlit screen so you can read it any time of the day. And yours truly got the Bluetooth. Bluetooth works from an app, and the app's really good because it records how much water you consume. So every day at the same time, you hit the refresh button, and it'll actually tell you how much water you consume. And then you do it every day, it saves it into a report. So at the end of the week, you can go Monday I use 6 litres, Tuesday I use 9 litres, and you can look at your history and go, okay, we need to conserve more water, less time in the shower, or you're wasting water in the dishes.
Or out of tank.
You're out of tank. Get another tank. And it does work on multiple tanks as well.
Jeez. And you had an interesting concept before with, I've just touched it on here. That's a bit of your roadmap, what to do.
Yes.
But it was about if you have 2 tanks, you can actually do a catamaran style
yes. So what
transfer.
a lot of yachties are doing is they're putting a Bluetooth in each side of the boat.
Yeah.
So then tank A will say you've got 100 litres, tank 2 will say you've got 100 litres. So as you're using the water, you know which tank you're using it from. You can go, how much water I got in tank A? And the gauge on the Bluetooth will tell you you've got 198 litres. What's in tank B? And so tank B will have 50 litres left. And what I've found some yachties are doing is they're actually getting a pump between the 2 tanks and then moving their water around. So if you're going upwind, they put all the water in the right-hand side. And then if they're changing,
Starboard.
they go about, then they go into the port side
Yeah.
and they put all the water in there so that it keeps the boat nice and level. But that's just something I heard people are doing.
Oh, okay. And moving on, you've got this other unbelievable idea with your showers.
Oh, the shower
Shower miser, yeah.
So this saves you water. What normally happens when you have a caravan is you've got only so many litres in the tank. So when you turn your hot water system on, the water will come out cold. Even if people say it's an instant hot water, it's instant hot water at the heater. But normally there's a pipe that runs from the heater
Cold.
to your head. So that has cold water in it. So you stand there and wait, and that's a litre every time. So if you're having 4 showers a day, that's 4 litres going down the drain. To stop that from happening, they've invented a gauge, a system that tells you if the water's hot enough. So what you do is, you turn the hot water on, flick the hot water on, put the switch over so that the water diverts into the blue. And what it does is when the water's hot, this blue changes to grey, a light grey. So then you know it's hot enough, and you flick it on. The water actually goes back down into the tank once it's installed, back down into the tank to be used later. So instead of standing there waiting for the hot water to come out, it runs back down into the tank.
Oh, great.
Yep.
So you're not wasting that pipe full of water, yeah.
There's 3 systems, there's 3 different versions. They all do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just there's not one installation that's the same, whether it's in a caravan, a boat, or a home. This one here is really designed for the shower heads, only one holder drill. This one is for the ones where people already have their head and their mixer. So you put a hole here for your mushroom. The mushroom changes colour when it's hot, and this is just your diverter to tell the water it's not hot or it is hot. And this is one is a mixer and a diverter, and that goes to your shower head. When that changes colour, just flip that over to the head and the water comes out.
So
nice.
the last one's is top shelf, that one there, eh?
Yeah, this is the bee's knees.
The bee's knees one.
This one's it's all made out of brass products.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Oh, great. Well, thanks for that.
Hope that helps.
So your company is?
Toppergy.
Toppergy.
Caravan and Marine Accessories.
Okay, and so they can get your products online?
Yeah, online.
At the expo, obviously?
We are at the expo. We do have an online store, and we have a lot of distributors around Australia as well selling our products.
Oh, okay, Toppergy, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, great. Thanks heaps for that.
That's right.
Stay awesome.
Stay awesome.
Hey.
Hey you, stay awesome. Gotta stay awesome with the van life. Hey you, stay awesome. Gotta stay awesome with the van life. Hey, my name is Gary, and I'm the man with the freaking van. Got to stay awesome.
Stay awesome.
Van